Some breaking news. Iran has offered America a peace deal to try and stop the war from restarting on the 1st of May. Well, today a report came out saying Iran has offered the US a new peace deal, and you need to know what this peace deal says. But something important, when the US extended their ceasefire with Iran about 4 days ago, they said that it's extended until they receive a peace deal from Iran. If they didn't receive a peace offer, then the US said they would go back to war. But now they have received an offer, and so you need to know what the offer is. Well, in this Iranian offer, it's said today that Iran has detailed out how they're going to reopen the Straits of Hormuz. According to two US officials who know about this, they say Iran has given the US a choice. And Iran's offer is that they will reopen the Strait of Hormuz, but the nuclear talks and further peace talks will be postponed for later. And so in return for the US not going back to war with Iran, Iran will reopen the Strait of Hormuz, which is really what the US wants ultimately. And so it seems like Iran is happy to make this concession in order to not restart the war that would cause more damage than reopening the straits. But as well as that, the US will have to lift their naval blockade against Iran. And if the US does that and Iran opens the straits, then Iran says that the ceasefire will be permanently extended. And then they can go back to what they were doing, which was having the nuclear talks sometime in the future once that's agreed on. And so this seems like a long-term peace plan that Iran has put forward. Rather than trying to come to an agreement now, they're just trying to stop the fighting so that they can talk in the future. And to be fair, it's not unlikely that Iran and the US will come to an agreement. Polymarket, a place where you can predict world events, predicts there is a 30% chance that the US and Iran will sign a permanent ceasefire deal by the end of just next month. And to be fair, even though there's many things that would point towards the US wanting to go back to war, I do think it's definitely possible that they could come to an agreement that would stop them both going back to war. And so if that happens, I'm going to be the first one to keep you up to date on everything, so leave me a follow because you don't want to miss this.